Hi, everybody. This is Crypto Rich, working with you to get rich with crypto, filling our pockets with crypto profits. I am thrilled to be joined by Max Wright of the Contrarian Dude channel. I recommend you go and watch all his videos and subscribe to his channel because he does some incredibly smart, astute analysis, but price analysis of Bitcoin. And I've learned a lot from watching his videos. So, you know, that some YouTubers, they look at patterns and sticks and stuff and they can see stuff. He brings a depth of thinking and theoretical knowledge to his analysis, which I really appreciate. Please like, subscribe, click the notification bell, upvote, and comment. If you're watching this on YouTube, come over to BitTube. You can also find me on BitChute and on library.tv and also on odyssey.com. Join my official Telegram announcements channel, and please do follow me on Twitter, CryptoRichYT. Take a look at this. Apollo, the most secure, simple, and easy to use crypto wallet. If you order now, you get 47% off. Use my affiliate link in the description below. They are doing a fundraiser on Kickstarter, and they were fully funded in 19 minutes. It uses the world's highest security certified chip, 100% offline, all the major cryptocurrencies, and over 200,000 tokens. Link in the description below. Max, thank you so much for being a guest on my channel. And just to let people know, I've just been on your channel talking about Pirate Chain. So if you subscribe to me, go and subscribe to him. And if you subscribe to him, then come and subscribe to me. So Max, what's your background and how did you get into crypto?
Well, that's a good question. So I it was very much the start of it was libertarian philosophy and libertarian politics. And that, for whatever reason, I can't explain where this one came from, but I had a passion for economics and monetary theory since in high school. And I have no clue where it came from, but I can clearly remember asking my high school economics teacher the questions like if everyone empties their pockets in the year 1900 and we count up all the money, and everyone empties their pockets in whatever year it was at the time, 1990 or 80 or whatever, and it's a different amount of money. So where does money come from? And my high school economics teacher couldn't answer the question. And I was really frustrated with that. And then when I went to university, I actually did engineering. I didn't do economics. Which I'm much more interested in economics than engineering, but luckily I did not do economics. It's like my three passions in life: psychology, economics, and history. And I'm really appreciative I did none of those things at university. I'm all self-taught because what I've learned is it's all, every time I have an academic, everything they believe is absolute bullshit and completely wrong. So I'm glad I did a very hard science like engineering. And then for the things that I'm fascinated about, I just go and find great speakers and great authors and great YouTube channels and self-teach, because pretty much in all three of those topics what they teach at university is bullshit. Side note. So then I get to university, and although I'm in the engineering department, I go over to the economics department, start knocking on doors and say, can someone please tell me where money comes from? And they couldn't tell me at university. I was just bewildered. It's like, this is the most foundational question. How can no one have an answer for this at all these places? And then eventually on my dial-up internet connection, one of the first things I ever sought out or Googled was an answer to this question. And I came across G. Edward Griffin and The Creature from Jekyll Island. And it was just, there it is. All the answers are laid out for me. It's beautiful. And then that gets me into libertarian philosophy. That's super interesting. And so then always just keeping interested to it. And that's, I guess I was a member of the Gold Bug crew, which I mean, I still am. I think I'm still very pro gold. But then as a result of that, I was at like a libertarian conference in 2012 called Libertopia. And it was actually my girlfriend at the time, now ex-wife. One of her friends at law school was there, and we bumped in, started talking to him, and he was actually Trace Mayer, who, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the name, but an absolute OG in the space. He's like a seed round investor to Kraken and half a dozen of the companies that we all know and love, and so a real Bitcoin OG. And he sold me my first Bitcoin in 2012, and he got me into the thing. And actually, I was all pompous. Let me tell you why this isn't going to work. And so I just started digging in for a few weeks, trying to really understand it, try and find its fault. And couldn't find its fault. And so then I started teaching it, because that's what my passion in life is, teaching. So I always love to teach people something. I go to a party and, I end up hanging out with the kids because they're like, they'll let me teach them. Whereas an adult, it's like, stop lecturing me, dude. I'm like, okay, cool, got it. So the YouTube channel is great for me. I get all my teaching vibes out, and it's great. So that was kind of the journey. And just between the libertarian philosophy and the investment side of it, just got hooked and been passionate about Bitcoin ever since 2012.
Oh, wow. Wow, that is fabulous. That is fabulous. There's so much there that I agree with, right? One is I want to let you know, my kids have never been to school. the home
Awesome.
education, right? My son bought his first Bitcoin when he was 11. He's now
Oh,
16. So he
nice.
understands fractional reserve banking. And then also, I told you I work as a child protection social worker. I'm really, really into attachment. But
Hmm.
the stuff that I learned as a social worker in my social work degree, it's nonsense.
Yeah.
It's only half the picture. And it was out of all this stuff that I learned on attachment self-taught that kind of decided me to home educate because I don't want to break that bond because it's
Right.
not mammalian to break that bond. So I completely get what you're saying about being
Awesome.
self-taught and the value of it. Okay, so then how long have you been running your channel?
You know what? I think I started the channel in 2012, but I have not been active the whole time.
Right.
And in fact, you know what? I started the channel to support Ron Paul's election in 2012 in his campaign run, and I was just making all these libertarian philosophy videos on there, and I was like, how can I contribute to the world of liberty the most? And I realized no one wants to be taught, especially back then, a little bit more so now, but no one wants to be taught or spoken to about politics. And I didn't. I was a successful internet marketer, and I had a way of making money online by selling information.
Yeah.
And I thought, listen, if I make videos on libertarian philosophy, people are going to be bored to death. It's just no one's going to search for it. But if I start teaching people how to get rich, and I had just sort of become fairly wealthy myself, then I can sneak in a whole bunch of libertarian stuff. And so I taught people how to get rich for the sole purpose of having an audience so that I could teach them liberty. And I've been doing that ever since under the banner of Success Council. And yeah, it's on the journey of gold investment and then cryptocurrency investment. It's been a really fun journey. I've helped a lot of people make a lot of money, and hopefully created a lot of libertarians along the way.
Yes, yes. And I can now understand because your analysis, you bring all these theoretical perspectives, this depth of thinking to your analysis of Bitcoin when you do your price charts and everything. So I can see the history and the psychology and the theory and stuff and connecting different strands as well, how you do that. Okay, very, very good. Would you want to, shall we do some TA on Pirate Chain? Because I was just on your channel talking about Pirate Chain.
Let's do it. So hang on, I'm going to figure out this. So sharing screen, sharing Brave browser.
And then I imagine you're familiar with the dollar vigilante, Jeff Berwick.
Yes, certainly am.
Yep, because they recommended Pirate Chain to their subscribers in, I think, June 2020, which is what caused the summer pump.
Yes.
Their subscribers are libertarians and they're hodlers and they're into privacy and secrecy. And I think what's happened, many of them have, Monero holders, because he recommended Monero to his subscribers when it was pennies.
Yep.
They're like, let me take a look at Pirate Chain. Oh, this is good. I'll have some of that as well.
Yep. Yeah, and I've got a lot of my subscribers actually come from Jeff, which is I think why my community is so enthusiastic with Pirate Chain. A lot of them have made a lot of money. I didn't recommend it, so full credit to you and Jeff and others who have delivered this great result for your team. But it's good. You just in the 20 minutes ago were the one who sort of really helped me understand what's going on with Pirate Chain. So okay, the first thing I see that jumps out at me at this chart. Okay, so it's a relatively new coin, and it just looks exactly the same to me as the early days of Bitcoin. 2011, there's this little pump here, and then what is it? Not even a year later, we're up into this big spike right here, where we run up from 30 cents up to $16. Yeah, $16, and now we're back down here at 8. So just first snap, I'm like, okay, this is like typical early stage, these big pumps, and this crash here. I mean, where did it go down? It went from $1.50 down to 14, less than 15 cents. So it was an over 90% drawdown from that summer pump, as you called it. So very, very, very reminiscent of early days Bitcoin so far. So zooming in on this one a little bit. So given that, immediately my mind goes to that. It's okay. Well, given that's what it looks like so far, what does the rest of the graph? I've got the history. I've got the Bitcoin chart to look at, and so we got that this little what you call the summer pump here for Pirate Chain. I'm going to call the equivalent to the 2011 Bitcoin pump, and then this looks like.
I want to throw something in that I forgot to mention on your channel, so because I'd like you to include that in your analysis, which is that Bitcoin has a halving every 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Pirate Chain has a halving every 270 days.
Yes.
The next one is in August sometime this year, and the one before that was November, and the one before that was February.
Actually, Rich, let me interrupt you there for a quick second. Can you tell me what the total supply is and how much is in current circulation?
Currently, it's 177.5 million, and the total ever supply will be 200 million. it's 32 pirate chain coins are created every block right now, and that'll halve to 16 around the end of August this year.
Okay. So we're 170. So yeah, we're at like we're at serious, like the supply is almost out. So in my mind, the halving events become less and less significant from here, given we're 7/8 or even more than 7/8. Yeah, we're like 15/16 of the way through the supply. Okay, so back to my thought that this just looked similar to 2000, early stages Bitcoin. So if that was the case, then this pump would be 2013. Now the 2013 pump had all from up until this time of year, April, and the Bitcoin price peaked, I think 260, and then crashed back down to like 50 or 60, which is kind of exactly what we seem to have done here. It then went sideways for a couple of months. This is the Bitcoin price in 2013. Went sideways for a few months, and then went absolutely parabolic. Went up from that, went from like 100 to $1,200 per coin. So a 10x just in the last kind of 4, 5, 6 months of that 2013 for Bitcoin. So, all right, that's just for what it's worth. That's just in my head. It just seemed to look eerily familiar to that so far. So huge run up, obviously pullback. Let me just get this pullback here. So from there to there, pullback of 70%. Okay, just taking note of that. And let me take a look on the daily with these factors, the RSIs. So this is coming. It was an epic run. I mean, up from 30 cents to $16 here. But I don't think I've ever seen an RSI hit 97 3 times in a month. That was pretty wild. So I probably would have sold out down here like an idiot the first time it hit 97. So there you go. You never know what's going to happen. But the stochastic might have saved me because the stochastic RSI stayed up high. Usually it's when the stochastic on the daily drops down into the purple zone here at 80. That's where you start to get pretty nervous. But even that was still a huge move from $7 up to 16 after that event. So there you go. I think I probably would have been out too early in that pump. So okay, but we see like this is all like I really like to see the RSI and the money flow have cooled off significantly. So for those of you who don't notice about these two, these are oscillators in here, and so they just go between 0 and 100. And if they're at the top, they're saying the market's really, really like crazy bullish on this event, and it can't stay crazy bullish forever. It's an oscillator; it goes back and forth, right? And so when both of these things are up really high, that's usually an indication from me. Although these early stage coins, that this is a little bit different, but that's an indication. It's like, okay, we're hitting some kind of top. So the fact that we are down here mid-range again starts to tell me that we're a little bit we've cooled off, and it's a good healthy situation now. We've come back 60%, although now we've gone up a little bit, so we're at 50%. We got RSI and money flow right in the middle here, so it's kind of the market's neutral on how excited they are. The stochastic has crossed over here, but not with serious. And the stochastic is a momentum indicator. It tells you where the momentum is, and what you're looking for is when it swings back. And we haven't seen this swing back. We've seen the lines cross over, which is always a precursor to that swing back. But you can see here it can live up high for a while. And according to the guy who created this one, it's only when you come back into the purple zone here at 80, that's the indication that it's kind of that things are about to turn. Likewise, on the bottom, it's when the stochastic RSI comes back into the purple zone above 20 that you start to be like, okay, this is an actual sign of a reversal of momentum, and it'll be going back towards the buy. So very often, what happens with these things, I'll expand this out. I love to see. How can I get this one? You get this big pump, you get a big drop. I'm looking for so I would be waiting for a little bit of a sideways movement, see where it goes sideways, and it will go sideways for some period of time, and then I'm looking for that next big leg up. So right now, I don't think would be the best time right now to get into ARRR. Because I think we're going to see. Okay, so I've got 2 reasons now to suggest we're going to go sideways for a little bit. We just had the big pump, so it's just very often the life cycle is big pump, retracement, sideways consolidation before the next pump. That's reason number one. Reason number two, this looks like early stages Bitcoin, which puts me in the realm of we're in 2013, went up, went crazy, crashed in April, came back down for a couple of months, like nearly 80%, then was sideways for three months or so, then went ballistic again before the end of the year. So that's really interesting. I got two reasons to suggest sideways for a minute. And with this, I mean, that's a little bit longer time frame with the stochastic here not crossing over yet. So that's what I'm thinking there. But then I'll walk away from TA for a second now and think a little bit more fundamentals, a little bit more what's going on in the overall cryptocurrency market. I think, as we talked about in the video on my channel, Rich, is that this is, I think, the year of Bitcoin meet DeFi, DeFi meet Bitcoin. And what it's allowing these privacy coins to be able to get into the world of DeFi. It's allowing all coins to get into the world of DeFi. So I'll be doing a lot of videos on my channel coming up over the next few months about this, because I think it's the most significant trend in all of cryptocurrency is things like atomic swaps, things like Thorchain, things like peer-to-pool, native cross-chain. And what that does right now, Bitcoin, like Pirate Chain, are kind of excluded from DeFi. But I think what we're going to witness here over the next few months, a year, is that all of these coins are going to be welcomed into the sphere of DeFi, thanks to the technology that's being produced now. I think it's done. We've got the proof of concept. It now just needs to scale out a little bit and get a little bit better. And I think that would be perfectly timed to see a few months of sideways action from Pirate Chain, and then maybe later in the year for it to go really, really parabolic. So yeah, it's kind of what I'm seeing at the moment. I think it's probably going to be sideways for a little bit, and then it'll be off to the races again, probably again before the end of the year.
Fabulous, and think so too. And just something I didn't mention when we spoke on your channel is they are working on wrapped Pirate Chain, so you'll be able to send your Pirate Chain onto ERC20, so then you can transact with other ERC20 DeFi applications on Uniswap, for example. And then you can go back into Pirate Chain.
Yeah.
So that'll be great. Okay, Max, listen, thank you so much. It's been real treat. I am one of your subscribers, your email, and I'll have the links to his channel in the description below. And also, if you give me your email subscription link so people can subscribe to that as well. And you do regular updates on what's happening with Bitcoin. Really great analysis, and just really appreciate it. Anything you want to say before we finish up?
Yeah, I do. I'm going to give you another link if it's okay. For those of you new to me, I'm doing some live presentations, online trainings about how to play the end of this 2021 bull market, how to get your profits out, how to do it in an efficient way, hopefully a tax beneficial way, and then what asset classes to be into. Because I think for most people, there's this cryptocurrency thing. There are going to be a lot of us who are subscribers to these kinds of channels who just make a lot of money. I've been through this with other cycles, and I lay out the case for taking some profits off the table when we're near the top, putting it into other asset classes, and really crushing things. So I'm going to give Crypto Rich a link for that. So look for that in the description, and it'll be a full hour-plus training on how to capture all of these profits and turn them into other kinds of asset classes that I think are then going to be. We're going to ride up the 2021 cryptocurrency boom, and then before it crashes, we're going to jump into something else that I believe is going to boom. So we're going to stack the booms, is what I'm calling it, and it's a really cool thing. So I'd love for you guys to check that out.
Good, and I recommend it. I do recommend it. I've watched some of your videos, and I've passed them on to my wife because she's saying, "Take it now, take it now, take it out now." No, wait. So it's an ongoing conversation. Hodl. She goes, "You've been saying that for years." That's right, I have. All right, Max. Listen, thank you so much. Everybody's watching. Comments, questions. What do you think about Max's analysis on Pirate Chain? Do you hold Pirate Chain? Have you subscribed to his newsletter? And between now and when I see you next, please keep filling your pockets with crypto profits. This is Crypto Rich signing out, and Crypto Max as well. All the best. Bye-bye.
Take care, guys.